Create space where maybe there was none earlier. Stack your spine, relax the shoulder blades down your back. Let's take a deep inhale. And let's take a slow exhale. Breathe in deeper through the back of your throat. Find a pause at the top of your breath. Open your mouth and release your breath. Inhale through your nose. Pause. Mouth opens, releasing. Inhale, find a pause. Through your nose, Ujjayi breath, release. Inhaling. Exhaling. Breathing in. Breathing out. Take one more cycle on your own. I'll meet you in child's pose position. Toes together, knees wide. As you find your child's pose, give yourself a moment to arrive on your mat. Feeling the texture underneath your hands, underneath your feet and knees. Noticing the comfort of just arriving. Sensation. The senses are the gateway between the internal and the external world. Sight, sound, touch, taste, and hearing give us a constantly changing inner matrix of the world around us. The senses are the data input of our overall system, and they allow us to connect and give meaning to our experience. Through our senses, we differentiate between pleasure and pain. We expand or contract. We move forward or backward, react or enact. Noticing the experience of just moving today and creating, softening through the feelings as we move into Pratyahara. Take a deep inhale and take a slow exhale. Let's come on to all four, guys. Begin moving your body in cat-cow at your own pace to synchronize your breath with your movement. When you breathe in, the heart pulls through. And when you breathe out, the spine rounds, creating traction along it. If you find any spots along the way that feel tight, feel free to hover on them and just send the breath to those places. You can also bring your wrist into the experience, quarter turn to the right on your left hand. You can move side to side, simultaneously changing the weight of your hands. Also tucking your toes, shifting the weight back and forth as you open through the feet. Let's finish one more complete cycle. Returning back into a neutral tabletop position. Work further in your wrist, taking a half turn back, and then just release the pressure, bring pressure back into the heel of the hand, walking the hand forward and back. And as you open one side, do the same to the other. You can also rotate your hands towards your face, fist, and release that hand. Put gentle pressure at the top of your hand to open in the opposite direction. And as you finish one hand, give it a little shake. Then go to the other hand. Put opposite pressure on your wrist. Give your hand a little bit of a shake and return back into a neutral tabletop position, spreading your fingers wide. Tucking the toes under, lifting the hips and the heels high to downward facing dog, and just pedaling your legs. Moving your hips, shaking your head. Become inquisitive about what your body is feeling right here. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. Spread the fingers as wide open as you can, feeling through the webbing of your hand. The belly approaches the thighs as the heels draw in the direction of the mat. Take a deep inhale. Opening your mouth, exhaling. Take a cat roll forward just before plank. Push yourself back into downward facing dog. Cat roll forward just before plank, articulating your spine. Pushing your hips back, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, come forward to plank. Maybe adjust your feet a little back, hands a bit forward. Maybe lower your knees if you need assistance. And as you shift yourself forward, shoulders just past your wrist, lower all the way to the ground. Create a diamond shape underneath your forehead with your hands. Grounding through the left foot, lift up the right leg off of the ground. Energizing from the oblique through the hip. And take an internal rotation of your femur so your toes are turning towards your left foot. Go to the opposite external rotation of the femur, toes to the right corner of your mat. Returning to center, flex through the foot and then lift the heel and possibly high. Releasing the leg down to the ground. Opposite leg lifts, point your toes first. Imagine your leg coming out of its socket as you reach back. Toes towards the right foot. Toes towards the left corner of your mat. Come back to center, flex the foot now. Draw the leg into the socket and lift the leg and possibly high. Left leg releases down. Open your palms as wide as your mat, rather capital T. Lift your chest, inhale to cobra. And lower the right shoulder down and towards the mat, gaze to the left shoulder. Back to center. Lift your kneecaps off the ground as you stretch, gaze to the right shoulder, lower the left shoulder to the ground. Lifting up into your highest. And then releasing your body to the ground. With your palms under your shoulders, push up plank on your knees. Shifting your hips back to child's pose, toes together, knees wide. Exhaling your breath. Inhale forward to all fours. Tuck the toes. Lift up high, downward facing dog. Shifting the gaze through the hands, begin tiptoeing forward. Try to stay heavy through your hands and light through your feet. Feel your hips lift as you reach the top. And at the top, ragdoll, grab a hold of opposite elbow. Put a generous bend on your knee so you can rock the body, spelling it forward and down. Shake your head, yes and no again. Let's release back into center. Keep your feet hip width apart. Place both hands on your shins right underneath your knees and create a long back. The weight's going to transfer softly into your toe mounts. Shoulders away from your ears. Inhale your breath. Bend the right knee, lower your torso towards the right leg, and with your left palm, catch the outer part of your ankle, your calf, or your heel. Now, the right hand, or the forearm rather, weaves behind the right calf and the palm on top of your left shin. Now, using a bit of traction to bring the gaze underneath the left armpit at the end. Return to center, unwinding, long spine, hands to your shins. Bend the left knee, fold over your left leg. Start by bringing the right hand to the left calf or ankle or heel. And weaving the left forearm behind the left calf and the left palm on top of your right shin. And using that leverage point to create traction. Gaze underneath the right arm. Let's return to center. Inhale to a long back. Exhale, fold it. Sweep high, rise to standing at the top. With the left palm, catch your right wrist. Ground through the right foot. Try to touch the sky or the ceiling with the palm and gently gliding the body over. Back to center, switching out your palms, right hand to left wrist. Ground your left foot down. Try to touch the ceiling or the sky with the palm, and then glide the body up and over. Return to center. Separate your hands. Reach the arms impossibly high. Cactus the arm into a gold pose. Beam the heart up to the sky. Return to center. And now float your palms down in front of the heart. Closing your eyes. And then leaning into the feeling of creative space. Creative being. From that, setting an intention for a life you'd like to manifest for yourself. Start by bringing your attention on the space underneath your belly button and exhale your breath. Inhale through the crown of your head, joining in 1-0. Bring your arms back by your sides. Take mountain pose. Exhale your breath. Sweep high inhales. Swan dive. Exhale your breath. Inhale to a long back. Step the right foot to a lunge. Bring your alignment first. Breathe into it. Using the energy the earth brings to support your body. And from that support, maybe pop up to the fingertips slightly so your core takes on some of the weight of the body. Inhale the breath. Lower the back knee, untuck your toes, shift your hips back in space. Take a half split. Start with the top of the foot grounded on the mat. The gaze down towards the shin. Exhale your breath. Let's move forward, guys. Push your hips forward and your back knee lifts, pressing the shin through the mat. Exhale your breath. Combining both, shift your hips back, half splits, maybe the front of the foot lifts. On the exhale, shift your body forward. Find in your ling. Exhale, shift back. Shifting forward, inhales. Exhale, shifting back. Lean forward, inhale, tuck the toes, straighten the back leg. Downward dog, exhale your breath. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower halfway down. Push back up to high plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Push back up. Exhale, lower halfway, lower the knees and straighten the arms. Upward facing dog. Start by connecting to your core. From your core, maybe lift your kneecaps off the ground. So you're softening the experience at your low back first. Once the heart pulls up through, feel free to lift up the gaze. Expand the collarbone. Inhale your breath. Tuck the toes or roll back on your feet to a downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And take a slow breath out. Lift your heels. Inhale, sweep your left leg back. Flex the toes. Exhale to cheetah, knee to nose. Re-extend. Then knee to left elbow, baby chaturanga arms. Re-extending to your highest. And take a big step to your left thumb, finding your spot clean from heel to toe. Straighten your lead leg and move your hips back in space. For pulsing lunges, bend at your knee, breathe in. Straightening through your leg on the breath out. One more inhale. And the front leg to straight exhale. Now hold here and keep your breath flowing. Back heel lifts over the toe mounds. Pull the belly button in. And then walk your hands behind, or rather between both feet. Fingertips towards the back of your mat. Now hollow your belly. Draw the belly in. As you hollow, front forehead comes up into your knee. Exhale as you push the earth away with your hands.
Let's release, bend your knee. Rocking yourself forward to standing splits. Your right leg lifts and points. From the right inner thigh, try to lift the leg a bit higher at the end. Release the right foot meets left, folding forward, breathing out. Inhale, sweep and rise to standing. At the top, lift the heels up and possibly high. Maybe bring your arms forward in line with your shoulder. Take an imaginary wall behind you as you start lowering yourself down. At the bottom, your hips are underneath your shoulders. Bringing the palms down to your lap, the gaze to the nose. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale the breath. Release your hands, lift the hips forward, fold exhales. Long back, prepare. Left foot steps back, find your lunge. Just build it out. Find the support of the earth. Musculature hugs around the bone to find buoyancy. Lift it up against the energy of gravity. Push against it. Inhale your breath. Lower the back knee, untuck your toes. Push yourself back. Half splits first. Start with the top of the foot grounded. Send the heart through to the toes. Shift forward to low lunge. Back knee on the ground. Maybe press through your shin as the back knee rises just a little bit. Combine both, guys. Shift back, half splits, front of the foot lifts. Bring it forward. Push the shin, back knee lifts. Shift it back. Inhale. Push it forward, exhales. Pushing it back. Pushing it forward. Now tuck the toes, straighten the legs, step it back, downward dog. Inhale, forward plank. And chaturanga flow. Let's lower halfway. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. You can always keep the flow, guys. Use the knees to transition to help you sustain the practice. Exhale your breath. Heels rise, sweep your right leg up. Cheetah, knee to nose. We extend the knee to the right elbow, baby chaturanga arms. We extending high. Shift the gaze forward, take a big step to the right thumb. Lunge. To pulsing lunges. Straighten your lead leg, push your hips back. Bend your knee, inhale. Straighten back, exhales. Hold here. Scissor the thighs. Then walk your hands slightly behind your right foot. So turn your fingertips towards the back of the mat. All right, you can stay here, guys, with the spine straight. Gather the front quadricep. To go deeper, tuck your chin to your chest. Hollow the belly. Push the earth with your fingertips. And bring the forehead up to the knee. Breathe through the choke throat feeling. Exhales. Let's release. Bend at your knee, rock forward, standing splits. The left leg lifts and points. Find your edge. And release the left foot meets your right. Fall forward and breathe out. Sweep and rise. Inhale to standing. Let's take a back bend. Cactus at the arms. Separate the feet. Lift up your heart and start to take it back. Draw the line of the jaw back in space. At your deepest, the chin could start to lift, maybe staying a little bit behind you. For 3, 2, 1. Return back to center. Find your chair, bend the knees and lower the hips. Utkatasana. Settling the weight onto your heels. Abdomen draws in. So the energy of the back body is towards the back of your mat. The energy of the front of the body is from the belly button up and through the throat. Inhale as you sit lower. Folding forward, breathe out. Long spine, inhale. Right leg steps back, find your lunge. Ready the legs and core, taking on the weight of your body. Reach behind you, exhales. Sweep high, inhale. Keep bending the front leg. Sweep back. Sweep high. Sweep back. On the next one, sweep high, straighten your lead leg. Now send the right arm forward and the left arm back. Gather the right glute as you're taking a twist left. Now from your left hand, send it behind the right hamstring, and then corkscrew your body upwards, reaching up to the right hand at the end. Inhales. Windmill to the ground, step it back to plank, hold. Pivot on the edge of your right foot, right hand under the shoulder side plank. Maybe the right knee lowers to the ground. And push yourself away so you can feel the underside of the body get extended, pushing and out of the waist. Through the hand at the end, inhales. Chaturanga, exhales. Up dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhales. Lift the heels, inhale, sweep your left leg high. Take a big step forward to lunge. Spin your back heel down, warrior one, rise up. Continue to open through the right hip. If it's too much torque on your back knee, allow the heel to lift a little bit. And then from your core, guys, that creative energy rises right to the center of the belly, up into the chest. So then we create from our hearts, through our palms, our hands, our limbs, our karma mantras. Inhale the breath. Open up, warrior two, exhale your breath. Take a moment to surrender to the posture, whatever that means for you. For me, it means not trying to change it. Shift the gaze to your back hand, flip the palm. Take a bent knee triangle. Stick a soft line. Send the right hand to the outside of your left hip. Encouraging the delta to open. Press to the right foot. As you spin up and through your heart and the gaze. Exhale your breath. Re-extend on your inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Breathless at the bottom. Inhale, a little pause at the top. Pike back, exhale, arrive when breathless. Deep inhale. Open your mouth, exhales. Heels rise, inhale, sweeping your right leg up. Exhale, take a big step forward to lunge. Lower the back knee, untuck your toes. Sweep your arms up into the sky, interlace fingers behind your neck. Find a little bit of upward traction through your hands on your neck, and then lean into your hips as you take your body back. Press your back shin so the knee is almost weightless. Open the elbows, exhale your breath. And release, bring it forward. Tuck the toes straight in the back leg. If you're close to the wall like I am, step it back a bit. Rock forward, half moon. Right palm catty corner to the right foot. Lift the left leg behind you. Aim crown of the head right in line with your toes. And then open your toes to left. Standing leg firms up. The gaze softens, the breath moves into your edge at the end, inhales. And release the left and meets right as you fold forward, exhales. Utkatasana, sweep the hands to the mat, to the sky. And on your exhale, fold forward and breathe out. Long backs, prepare. The left foot steps back to a lunge. Ready the legs again. Find your core. Sweep your arms behind you. Sweep high, inhale, crescent. And let's move, guys. Sweep back. Sweep high. Sweep back. Inhale, sweep high. Straighten your front leg. Push the earth. Scissor the thigh. Left arm forward, right arm back. Place the right hand behind your left hamstring. Now send the left arm up as you corkscrew your body upwards, reach. Inhale the breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Bend the knees, step it back. Arrive at the bottom. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Heels rise. Inhale, sweep your right leg up. Exhale, take a big step forward, lunge. Spin your back heel down. Warrior one, arrive. Noticing balances in our bodies. They're road post, showing us something. Our habits, our mindset. Inhales. Open up, warrior two, exhales. Once you arrive completely. Notice what you are trying to control. And try to soften that urge. Create from your heart. Shift the gaze back. Flip the palm, bend knee triangle. Create a soft bind, left palm to the outside of your right hip. And then spiral the torso open, shining the left rib cage to the sky at the end. Exhales. Re-extend, inhale. Chaturanga, exhales. Right at the bottom. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Heels rise, left leg up. Big step forward, exhales. Lower the back knee, untuck your toes, sweep up. Now sweep the arms behind your tailbone. Draw the knuckles together, or draw the palms together. Knuckles down towards the back knee. Gather the right glute, and then lift the knuckles towards the back heel. Take your experience for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Both hands to the ground. Tuck the toes straight in the back leg. Rocking forward, half moon. Left palm caddy corner to the left foot. Stack your shoulders and hips. Trust your stability. Trust the breath. Trust the process. Inhale. And let's release. The right foot meets left. Folding forward, exhale your breath. Inhale, sweep and rise to standing. On the exhale, bend the knees and find a chair. Bring the palms together in front of the heart. Prayer twist to the right, left elbow to the top, rather to the inside of your knees. Start by leveling the knees in one line. You may want to use a towel for this. We're gonna take a bind, guys. So maybe grab a towel on the right hand, sweep it up and over your left hip. Lift the left heel so you can bring the left shoulder underneath the left knee as much as you can. Now internally rotate the arm so that you can grab your hand, your towel. Once you have your bind, lower the left heel to the ground and continue to rotate. Finding your gaze up, lower the hips, inhales. If you're bound, release. Take a fold, exhale your breath. Opposite side, Utkatasana, breathe in. Palms at heart center. Bring the right elbow inside of your right knee. Twist to the left. All right, grab your binds if you like. With a towel of yours, your hands. Lift the right heel to make space for your shoulder to lower. Rotate the elbow. And once you're finding your binds, holding your bind. 3, 2, and 1. Release your binds, finding your forward fold. All right, guys, let's prepare to jump back. So walk your feet a little bit back. Your hands a bit more forward. The goal is to stay light through your feet and very heavy through your hands. And at the bottom of your breath, you can walk, jump, or float into a chaturanga, and I'll meet you all in downward facing dog. Heels rise, inhale the right leg up. Exhale, hold here, guys. Stack the right hip above your left first. Allow the shoulder to open, contract the heel to the tailbone, and spread through the fingers so you can feel the webbing of your hands. Running a bit more through your index and your thumb's finger. Inhale the breath. Keep your knee bent and just lower the right shoulder to squared. All right, guys, re-extend the right leg. Listen, we're gonna take a big jump to the left foot to your left wrist. So you can take little hops forward or one big hop, maybe move through a handstand. Left foot behind your wrist, take a big step back with the right foot. Spin your back heel down. Meet together and have warrior. Right arm forward, left arm back. Exhale your breath. Reverse your triangle, straighten your lead leg, pushing the floor away. Left arm up and over by your ear. Push the left hip forward as you reach, inhales. Extended side angle, exhales. Bend the left knee, forearm to thigh, bicep by the ear. Let's take a moment to feel the quality of energy you're carrying in this posture, and then make decisions based on that energy. Maybe a full bind. Maybe a bridge between your hands through a towel. Spiraling the ribcage open. If you're bound, extend. Bring both hands down to the ground. Listen up. Keep the right hand under the shoulder. We're going to pivot both feet left. So both feet pivot to the left side. Now with your left peace fingers, grab the big toe of your left foot and open into side plank, stepping the left foot over the right or in a side plank bind. Inhale the breath. Wild thing, left foot steps behind the right knee. Lift up your hips. As you lift your hips, shift the gaze to your left palm. At the end, big inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, inhale, sweep your left leg back. Once again, shift the gaze to your hands. We're taking little hops or one big hop forward. Right foot to right hand. When you're ready, I'll meet you. Right leg forward, left leg back. Finding a half warrior, left arm forward, right arm back. Exhale your breath. Reverse your triangle. Push the earth, straighten your front leg. Send the right hip forward so you can find more length through the right side of the body. Inhale, lengthen. Extend the side angle. Exhale. The potential to bind. Move when you're ready. Once you bind, guys, open your torso again. It tends to round. Spiral the left ribcage open. 3, 2. Inhale, re-extend. Release both hands, bend your back heel high. Now listen, both feet pivot once to the right. So your left hand is underneath the left shoulder. Right, we're transitioning to side plank. So step the right foot on top of your left or peace fingers on the right big toe, extending the right leg up overhead. Hold, breathe. Wild thing, release the right foot behind your knee, lifting up through your hips, opening through your chest, through the gaze to the right hand. Inhales, chaturanga, exhales. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Let's take a big inhale. Open mouth, releasing. Cleansing breath. We're jumping to the top of our mats, guys, so bring your feet closer together. One step closer to your hands. Rock, jump, or float. I'll meet you at the top in a forward fold. Inhale, long back. Exhale, folding. Sweep to standing. Inhale. Arms by your sides. Exhales. Start by bringing your right knee up into your chest. So working into, forgot what this is called, but bend the right knee right in front of your hip. From the right inner thigh and quad, extend the right leg towards the front of your mat. Slowly working into warrior 3. Right leg lifts behind you. Lower the torso, lift your leg. Try to square your hips. Right hip has a tendency to left, lower it down. Releasing both hands down to the ground. Opportunity to Chaturanga, guys. So with both hands down. Standing splits first. Rock the weight forward onto your hands. You can pulse the knee up onto your chest for Chaturanga. Chaturanga. Keeping your right leg lifted as you find a 3-legged down dog. Lift your heels a bit higher. Inhale the breath. Big jump. Left foot to left wrist. Maybe go through a handstand to transition. Take a medium step behind you. Right foot points to the right corner of your mat. Bring your palms together. Come all the way up into stand. Shift the weight forward. So the right knee lifts up again. Moving into dancing Shiva. Place the left hand outside of the right knee. Maybe grab the big toe with your left hand, kicking into the hand as you open your torso right. Shifting the gaze back at the end. Inhales. Take a medium step forward, guys. Left arm up. Inhale the breath. Exhale, hinging forward for twisting triangle. Place the left hand underneath the shoulder. Maybe widen the feet just a little bit. Find railroad tracks through your feet and then stack the right shoulder over to the right side. Open your torso, open your arm. Shift the gaze up. At the end. Inhale your breath. And releasing. Right hand down. Step the left foot forward. Now listen. With your knees pointed forward, bend the knees and lower the hips down to the ground. Keep your knees forward, but twist your torso right. So now we're moving into side crow position. All right, so bring your hands forward under the shoulders. Bringing the right knee to the top of your left tricep, perhaps the right hip on top of your right tricep. And as you rock forward, ignite your inner thighs, spread the fingers wide and breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stepping your feet back, finding downward facing dog, and exhaling your breath. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, sigh it out. Bring your feet together, shift the gaze to your hands, bend the knees, pulse, and walk to the jump to the, or top to the mat. Inhale, long back. Exhale, fold. Sweeping high. Inhale to standing. Arms come back by your sides in mountain pose. We're bringing the hands to the waist, lift flat through your hips, so your standing foot is taking on the weight for the glute. Bend the left knee and lift up your knee. From the left inner thigh and quadricep, bring the left leg towards straight. To warrior 3, send the left leg back, torso moves forward, it stays. To standing splits, both hands down to the ground. Keeping your left leg lifted, here we go. You can take little pulses to find a Chaturanga. Maybe step back to Chaturanga, and I'll meet everybody in downward facing dog. Keeping your left leg lifted. Here's the jump, guys. Gaze to your hands. Send the right foot behind your right wrist. One big hop or little hops forward. Take a medium step back behind you. Palms together, come all the way up into standing. Release the arms next to your hips. Pivot the back foot forward. Rather, shift your weight forward first. Lift the left knee. And then moving into dancing Shiva. Extend the right leg, right hand to the outside of your knee. Finding your belly drawn in as you twist. Exhales. Let's release carefully, guys. Stepping a medium step forward, right arm up into the sky. Inhales. Hinging forward, exhales, twisting triangle. Right hand under the shoulder. And lengthen forward, stack the left shoulder over the right. As you stack your shoulders, find freedom of being. Right at the end, inhales. Releasing both hands down to the ground. Step the right foot forward. Here we go, guys. Point your feet straight forward where you are. Lower the hips. And then rotate your torso towards your left side. Both hands under the shoulders. Maybe a bit wider if that helps you find a more stable base. All right, so create space on the right side of the body. And place the right elbow underneath your left knee. Option, lower the left hip to your elbow, or without pushing the elbow, the hip on the elbow, rock forward, and then squeeze the inner thighs. From the inner thighs, and find stability to play. Nice work, guys. When you're done with that, meet me in a seated position, hips to heels, sit up tall. I like to tuck my toes under. It feels really good on my feet, although it can be pretty uncomfortable. Creates an anchor for being present. Relax the shoulders. Relax your jaw. Let's take a deep inhale. Open mouth and release. Let's return to all fours. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips high. Find downward facing dog. All right, guys, so working into down dog bow. Listen up. Lift the right leg up and stack your right hip above your left. Now bend the top knee so the heel draws to the tailbone. We've done this before. Now listen, the bottom foot. Turn it into a 45-degree angle, toes to the left, heels to the right, and maybe inch your foot a bit closer so that the foot is completely ground on the mat. Now, right hand presses the floor, pop up onto your left fingertips, stay there, or maybe reach out for the pinky toe side of your lifted foot. Once you find your foot, we're gonna kick into the hand. Push the floor away with your hand and your foot. Find stability to breathe. If you're bound, slowly re-extend. Lift both heels and possibly high inhale. Take a big step forward, exhale your breath. Lower the back knee to the ground, untuck your toes, and straighten your front leg first. Shift your hips back in space to half splits. We're gonna go to full splits in just a little bit. Give yourself space to be here for the moment without wanting to change it. There's space for creativity in a few minutes. Breathe and notice. On the inhale, come forward to all fours, rather to a lunge, like the toes straighten the leg and pivot once, sideways. Listen, bend the left knee as you lower the hip down. So maybe widen your stance further into a sumo stance. Now my left heel is grounded, just a function of hips being open. You can stay here, turn the right toes up to the sky. Option to take a bind. So bring the left armpit around your left shin, reach out behind you, and your right hand reaches out for your left. You have your bind. Pull on your bind and twist your shoulders open to the right. Breathe. If you're bound, release. Both hands to the ground. Straighten your left leg. Pivot once forward once again. Find your lunge. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Half or full splits. Now take your options. Maybe inch your right leg forward as you extend the left leg behind you. It helps me to tuck my toes under to control the depth. And then once I find myself in a place where I can close my eyes to soften the experience. Let gravity do some of the work for you. Take another full breath in. Another full breath out. To unwind, guys. Inch the back knee forward. The front leg draws back. Find your lunge, inhale. Step it back. Down dog, exhale. Here we go. Down dog bow on the opposite side. So lift the left leg behind you. Stack the left hip above your right. Allow the shoulder to open at the beginning and just test it out. Then bend the top knee. Listen, the back heel lowers in a 45-degree angle. Toes to the right, heel to the inside of your mat. And maybe walk your hands a little bit more closer towards your foot. Push the floor with your left palm and tent out your right hand. And then reaching out for the pinky toe side of your foot. Once you have it, kick into your hand. If you're bound, slowly re-extend. Lift both heels and possibly high. Take a big step forward. Find your lunge. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Half splits only. Shift your hips back. And take the time to breathe. Just be. Let go of hustling for the posture. Find yourself being in the posture. Exhale your breath. Move forward, guys. Find your lunge. Pivot once towards the right. And this time go deep on your right leg. Toes right, toes turn out, heel in as you lower your hips down and towards the heel in a sumo squat. This side could be completely different. Adjusting spontaneously to what the moment gives you. Let that be enough. If you like to bind, right armpit underneath your knee. And sending the left arm up over and around your hip. Open your torso left. If you're bound, release. Straighten the right leg. Pivot both feet forward. And then move yourself into halves, into full splits. Lower the knee first. Straighten the front leg. And if you like to take the full expression, go for it. Tucking the right toes can help you slow down the progression. Softening the moment. Let go of winning because you are already winning at your life. Another full cycle of breath. And to release, guys, inch the back knee flow forward. The front foot draws back. Find your lunge and stepping it back. Downward dog at your own pace. We're jumping to the top of our mats, guys. So shift the gaze through the hands, bend the knees, pulse your legs, walk, jump, or float. Inhale, long backs. Exhale, folding. Sweep and rise to standing. At the top, send the arms behind you and bring your hands to the top of the glutes. All right, fingertips down towards the mat. Now open your feet a bit wider than about hip width distance rather, and send the energy up into your collarbone. From the collarbone, open your chest, lengthen your tailbone, and trace the gaze to the ceiling. Take your upper body back. Now maybe glide your hands down to the inside of your thighs. Push your palms against your thighs. The thighs push against your hands in negative resistance. Breathe. Hold. And release. Exhale, mountain pose. Standing bow, guys. Or if you like to move into another version like dancer, feel free. I'm going to teach today with a towel. You're welcome to follow along or just take your version if you like. If you have a long towel, bend through the right knee, and you're going to reach out for the calf or the pinky toe side of your foot first, and then sending the towel up and around at the crease of your ankle. All right, so loosen up the left side of your towel so the left side is longer. As you start to kick into the hand, rotate the left shoulder, and then find yourself kicking into your towel. Eventually, stacking shoulders, stacking hips, breathing. And at your own pace, releasing. Yourself a moment on that side, and then let's take on the other side. If you like that towel, you can start with a towel on your ankle if you like. Makes it a little bit less challenging to move that way. All right, once you have that, bend the left knee, and then bringing the towel to the crease of your ankle. Make the right side longer, the left side shorter. Rotate the shoulder so the elbow or bicep goes by your ear. Knit the rib cage and then kick into your strap or your towel. Pull on your towel to offer the left leg a bit higher. Breathe, hold. Awesome work, guys. When you're ready, find mountain pose and let it go. Let's take a deep inhale and a slow exhale. Sweep high, breathe in. Swan dive and fold forward. The top of the mat, bend the knees, plant the hands, feel the core, shoulders in the back. Walk, jump, or float to a Chaturanga. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Lower the knees down to the ground. We're going upside down to play. All right, if you haven't yet tried this, in order to work the muscles of our back, which work to stabilize the rest of the core, that's one of the reasons why headstands are a little bit easier to accomplish, quote unquote, than forearm balances. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring, this is the crown of my head. I'm going to bring just a little bit higher, right at the top of the head where it starts kind of going back in space. And I'm going to use that part to push against the wall in order for me to start to donkey kick my legs up in the air. And it makes it a really an easier transition than just kicking the legs up. It also teaches where your head positioning should be when you're kicking up against the wall. Check this out. So I'm bringing myself a bit closer. Once I'm here, my hands are maybe about 10 inches away from the wall. I'm rocking myself forward until the top of my head is right touching at the wall. I'm pushing my legs, lifting up, and then using the strength of my back to lift my hips up in space. If you have a wall, feel free to try it. If you want to try something else completely different, go for it, guys. It's a bit weird to find kind of like the right positioning and how much you gotta pressure the back of the head into the wall. So just be patient with it. Nice, Ben. Nice, Daniel. That's it, Ben. Walk your hands closer to the wall just a bit and work with your arms straight. Straighten the arms. Yes, that's it. Push the floor away. And now keep your arms straight as you bend the knees and lift the hips up. Arms straight. Yeah. Maybe a little bit further away from the wall for your head. I think it might be too close. Yeah, that's it. Try that. Straighten the arms first. Yep, push the floor. Yeah, now work there. Yeah. Sweet. And you can work with legs wide too into a wide, yep, press up. Woohoo. All right, guys, once you're ready, take one more if you want, and I'll meet everyone in a seated position. Whew. All right, so we're gonna find our seats, and then we're gonna lay down all the way flat onto our mats, keeping your feet flat, your knees bent. The goal here is to find the imprint of your low back into the mat. And so you're trying to push the earth down with your low back so it flattens your entire spine on the floor. So making sure you have a very slight tuck of your chin so the back of the neck has this natural curvature. All right, bring your palms next to your hips. Now, as you push the floor very gently with your elbows and palms, lift your shins off of the ground. We're gonna try to find our set point. Your set point is the moment when you begin to straighten your legs, but you feel your back takes over the movement. Stop there and then hold it there. So as I begin straightening my legs, right now this is the point where my back begins to take over, so my legs will not be completely straight. And then we're gonna find your set point, and we're gonna hold the set point together by extending one leg, keep the other knee bent, and then switching sides. The moment you feel your back take over, bend the knee a bit deeper. So it's a little bit of a pedal. We got 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33. It's a slow movement. 32, 31, push the floor one with your back, 29, 27, 26, 25, I don't know how to count, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, slow it down, 18, 17, 16. If you like to go further, lift your chest off the ground. Make sure your back is not doing the work, it's your transverse abdominis that's doing all the work for 10, 9, you should feel like it's burning. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, knees to chest, and 1. Ooh. All right, rock yourself up into a seated position. All right, check this out, guys. We're gonna open the legs wide. We're gonna send the left arm between the legs and the right hand behind your tailbone, or a bit of a quarter catty corner to your hip. All right, I'm gonna start with my knuckle pads pressing on the ground. My hands are not flat because it puts too much pressure on my wrist. You're welcome to do the same or bring your hands flat. All right, so as you start to push the floor away, gather the quads into sockets and lift the hips off of the ground. Now lift the right leg off of the ground. Lift your left leg off the ground. Lift both legs off of the ground. 3, 2, 1. Ay, ay, ay. Other side, right hand in front of between your legs. Left palm catty corner to your left hip. Gather the legs, so gather the quadriceps. Here we go, don't think about it. Lean forward, lift up, push. Left leg lifts. Right leg lifts. Both legs lift. 3, 2, 1. And release. Bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. All right, here we go. Grab the back of your thighs and start to lower yourself all the way back into the mat. Bicycle legs, fingertips to temples. All right, right elbow to left knee. Send the right leg long. Switch sides. Pulse. 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, 91, 90, 89, 88, 87, 86, 85, 84, 83, 82, 81, 80, 79, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 69, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 50, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 40. You can do this. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 30, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 20, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 10. Dig deeper. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, extend the arms and the legs. Reach long, exhale. You're welcome. Whew. We're gonna roll right where you are on your bellies. You're welcome to transition to Chaturanga or just roll on your belly. Look at this. Once you find yourself, come up onto your elbows. So moving into Sphinx Tuck or untuck the toes. Wherever you are, lift your kneecap so your quads are gathered. Your legs are active. The mind softens its grip so the heart can spread evenly through the entire body. Moving into right effort. Inhale your breath. And releasing either cheek to the ground, toes together, heels wide, arms by your sides, palms face up. Inhales. Mouth opens, exhales. Dhanurasana. Bend the right and the left knee, reaching out for the outside edges of your feet, maybe down at the crease of your ankles, or perhaps even lower at your shins. All right, guys, bring your knees closer together. Relax the upper body. Exhale your breath. Kicking into your hands. Gather the core, small sips of breath at the top of your lungs. Kick your shins back. Maybe lift your kneecaps off the ground. Wherever you take the posture, let it be yours. Maximum effort, breathe. And release. Relax on your mat. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bring your palms under your shoulders. Push up onto all fours. Separate the knees hip width distance. Thumb up high on your knees. Hands at your low back. Moving into Camel, Strasana. All right, guys, hands at your low back, fingers down. Hug your elbows behind you. Knit the rib cage. Shift the gaze up. You are here. You've arrived. Stay. Take your travels wherever they take you. You can slide the hands down to the glutes, tuck the toes, reach for your heels, or just reach for your heels. If you're not feeling pain, stay in the discomfort. Just like life. Say yes to the moment, breathe. Relaxing with the palms at your low back, coming up square, sit up tall, and just breathe. Inhales. Exhales. Let's come onto all fours, stack the toes, lift the hips high, find your down dog. Pedal the legs, see what remains to open in your body. We're moving into one-legged pigeon. Lift your heels, sweep your right leg high. And send the right knee behind your wrist, landing the knee on the mat first. Send the left leg back, and then maybe adjust the front shin forward. I'm going to teach through Raja Kapotasana, which is Royal Pigeon. All right, once you find yourself buoyant, inch the front knee back, the back knee forward, and place the right hand halfway through your right shin. Now bend the back knee, reaching back for the big toe side of your foot. Couple of options. You can draw the heel towards you. You can also kick the heel away from you and then find buoyancy. There's different ways to bind with a towel, maybe the top of the foot at the crease of your elbow. Move your breath. Ultimately, maybe folding forward. One more breath. And then unwinding, listen, drop the right hip to the ground. Push your hands on the floor, straighten your spine, and then bend the left knee, transition sideways. So once you find yourself, pivot both shins and then open the legs to the corners lengthwise on your mat. Start by flexing the feet. If this is too much, bend the knees enough so that you don't feel the pull behind your knees at the attachment. And then once you're ready, engage the thighs so you find support, maybe hinging yourself forward and down. Maybe bring in your forehead on your hands, so blocks support under the body. Take one more breath. Moving out of the posture, walk your hands back first. To transition, listen, grab your left shin, left knee rather, bend the knee, and then pivot towards the back of your mat into pigeon on your opposite side. Extend the leg back, and once you find your pigeon, perhaps move your shin forward and then move into Raja if you like, or bend or hinge forward. Whatever you choose. For Raja, place the left hand halfway through your left shin. Bend the right knee, reach out for the big toe side of your foot, and either draw your heel in or kick your foot out. Just different variations. What is your purpose today? What does your body need? Maybe ultimately letting go of Raja and just moving yourself forward and down. Take a full cycle of breath. And into your left hip, bend the right knee. Rolling over again, come back to center. Bringing both legs forward. Relaxing all the way back. Lay down on your mat. Bring your knees onto your chest, giving yourself a big squeeze. Onto happy baby. Lift the feet up to the sky, knees by your armpits. Grab the pinky toe side of your feet. Once you have your feet, guys, draw the tailbone to the ground so you're creating traction along your backside. You like to go into a hamstring opener. Internally rotate the femur and then bring the leg to straight. You can alternate or drop off both together until you find yourself again on your mat with the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. Right palm on your belly, left palm comes in front of your heart. Using the senses to bring you back into the experience of being you. Bring the knees together and extend your legs to the corners of your mat. Finish with an inner spiral. Flex both feet and take a big turn to the toes towards each other. Inhale, tighten your thighs. Exhale, let the feet flop open and relax your legs. Relax the arms by your sides. Find yourself heavy on your mat. Relax the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Notice the tingling sensations at your lips, your fingers, and your toes. The complex combination of sensation and feeling gives us the emotional texture of experience. Senses as a language of feeling from the basis of our values. How we perceive something, how we feel about it determine our values. Senses are the gateway between the internal and the external world. When you're ready, make it onto the right side of the body in a fetal position. Feel the pleasure of being here in this posture. This pleasure invites us to pay attention to our senses, to live fully in the present, to enjoy the experience of being alive. This pleasure invites us to relax, which dispels stress, makes us receptive to new ideas, more enthusiastic about new tasks or demands. Through pleasure, we extend our awareness throughout the intricate network of nerve endings that constantly connect the inner and outer worlds through the medium of consciousness. Making our way up onto our seat. In Sukhasana or easy pose with the legs crossed in front of you. Bring our palms together. Bringing our energy together in a sound of peace, sound of Om. To the universe we speak. Exhale our breath. Deep inhale. Namaste.